All right, fellas, here we're back in another Pokemon Champions video. Actually, this is the first time I've ever done a Champions video. Kind of like the Scarlet and Violet video. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're gonna be looking at the Champion stuff. So they did, of course, new Champion stuff for the Pokemon Presents back in fucking today or yesterday, depending on when I upload this. Probably yesterday, July 22nd, 2025. Right? We got ourselves some more Champions news. And it was good. I mean, it's leading this to be like a pretty fun-looking game. Let's just take a look, right? All right, so this is like some trailer stuff. This is probably going to be loud. Okay, yeah. This is, I think this is the official reveal back at the beginning. Oh no, it actually wasn't. No, I think this was the earlier today trailer. Take a look. Yeah, 10 hours ago. Okay, fair enough. Makes sense. Sure. Okay, they released it there. Fair enough. Anyway. So there's the official video for it. We do have the main protagonists here as well. Get ready to experience battles and stuff, trainers and all that. So yeah, have fun, right? Pretty much have fun. It shows, obviously, the big thing with it is that you can do it on mobile or you can do it on the Switch. I'm very curious to see how the mobile of this game actually plays. But anyway. Assembling your ideal team. We got a lot of new information, like how the game's actually going to work, or at least in some regard. You can expand your Pokemon roster with new friends. You can bring some of your past partners into Champions through home, or you can recruit them, or you can recruit recruit them from the game itself. There is this little roster here. I do not know how this is going to change. I do not know how this is going to expand. Do not know how it's going to unlock. None of that. We do not know any of that. But you will be able to actually buy Pokemon here with VP, this little thing in the corner. Can I zoom in a little bit? Okay, so basically not really. But you can see here, this is VP, something points. I don't remember exactly what they called it, but it's basically you can either trial rent Pokemon for nothing for like a week or something, or you can permanently buy them for 1,000 VP and be able to permanently use them, right? And be able to use them in battles. So it's like a rental system, kind of like Pokemon Unite's rental system and stuff like that. You know, it makes sense, right? And I'm assuming you'll probably get this from battling and like missions and stuff probably related to battling. That makes the most sense. Recruiting Pokemon, trial recruitment, have a Pokemon join your team for a trial period. You can battle with it right away to test whether it'll suit your strategy. You can also you can use trial recruitment once a day without using victory points. Okay, it's victory points. Makes sense. So yeah, battles for sure. But yeah, you can recruit it in a trial period for 7 days, with again cost 0, or you can permanently recruit it for 1,000. I'm gonna assume you can't customize it too much if it's in a trial, because if you say you can only use trial recruitment once I guess if you once a day, it means you can't use it for other Pokemon. Okay, you know, makes sense. Anyway, sure. And permanent recruitment, again, yeah, it costs 1,000 if you want to permanently recruit the Pokemon. You can also train them with victory points. You can tailor it with the training feature in Champions by using VP. You can customize your Pokemon stats, alter abilities and moves, and your team to match the battle style you want to play, all that stuff, right? And you cannot train Pokemon during the trial recruitment. So yeah, that's another big debuff of trial recruitment, is that you cannot actually customize the Pokemon. You'll need to actually buy them first, officially. So you can see here, this is the massive thing with Champions, is that, you know, people are like, oh, don't hack in Pokemon because, you know, you can do all stuff now. I was like, I get your sentiment, but actually you can't do everything easily in Pokemon now. Scarlet and Violet, it's like, sure, you can use gold bottle caps and stuff to max out stats, but you cannot actually put your stats at the negatives. You cannot reduce your IVs to like be the most optimal. So like those 0 speed IVs for Trick Room sets, or those 0 attack IVs for like Swagger and stuff like that, you cannot get that. And also like event moves and stuff, but that also has been mostly taken out, right? Like, you know, there's certain things that actually have not been accounted for in like Scarlet and Violet, even though Scarlet and Violet has been a massive leap in, you know, I guess time efficiency, right? Yeah, efficiency for building teams for competitive Pokemon, right? Champions is just making it even better, though, because you can actually customize your stat to be exactly how you want it without doing any breeding shenanigans, without doing any luck shenanigans. You spend victory points, and you can either set that IV at 0 or 32. I do not know why it's 32. I thought it was 31, but maybe it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like how the number works. I'm not sure. But either way, you can either max out your Pokemon's IV or reduce it all the way to 0, or go anywhere in between, which is very good. That full customization is what is necessary for a lot of competitive Pokemon, which is why Showdown is so popular, right? Makes sense. And you can see the difference there, you know, drastically in their stats and whatnot, right? Again, you can also choose natures as well. So if you want that easy, modest, adamant, timid, you know, naive natures, stuff like that, Boom, snap your finger right there. Got it. You got it for just 200 victory points. And you can also swap out moves. You want to swap out moves. You want to swap out an ability. You give your Pokemon their hidden ability. Costs them more victory points, but you can do it. And that's what you want. That is exactly what we're going to be wanting for this stuff. So you'll probably you'll probably get victory points. I would imagine it's going to be like a daily login system. You log in, you probably get a few. You do some missions every day, you probably get a few. Maybe some time-limited missions, you maybe get a few. And then, of course, battles, you'll get some, right? They want you to play the game, do battles, do missions and stuff, probably to unlock or get more victory points so that you can then go back, customize your Pokemon even more, buy more Pokemon from the rental system and customize them, or bring in your Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Home from Legends Arceus. Again, Scarlet and Violet, Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Sword and Shield, everything like that. Bring all those Pokemon in, customize them, and have them in the game. I do not believe we know for sure that you can transfer Pokemon out of Champions once they're in, because if you can transfer a Pokemon, assuming they keep this the way that it is, assuming that you can put a Pokemon in the game, customize it how you want, and take it out, that's gonna be very good for future VGC and like stuff like that, because you can take your I would imagine VGC next year, 2026, is going to be held probably in Champions, because I believe it's a free game and they're going to be basically using it as the battle simulator. It's probably going to be the best way for us to actually get like some best performance and stuff like that. Again, point is, I imagine that they're going to be holding like VGC tournaments in Champions at least for like a few years probably. And of course, with it being customizable in training, that's going to be giving you the best possible way to make different sets and strategies and come up with them and like see how it works and stuff like that, especially with the competitive scene looking probably going to be pretty good for Champions. But if they ever go out of Champions or go back to the mainline games in the farther future, in a few years from now, if they allow us to transfer in and out of transfer our Pokemon in and out of Champions, we can put our Pokemon in Champions, customize its IVs, movesets, and natures however we want, and then transfer them to whatever game is going to be the future generation of VGC. That can be very, very big. Of course, there's the potential caveat of, Champions ever shutting down and making that near impossible to do, or there's the possibility of Champions not allowing you to transfer your Pokemon outside of it once it's already been transferred in. We're going to have to get full information for that. Obviously some of that would be pretty dumb to do, but you can never be 100% sure. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they end up doing that. Enjoy Pokemon battles, 3 battle modes and 2 formats. But there are 3 different modes of battles: ranked battles, casual battles, and private battles. You can challenge these modes in both single and double battle formats. So far, I would imagine there's going to be updates in the game to where they might allow for more fun type of battles, like rotation battles or triple battles or something. Maybe. I'm not going to confirm anything, but maybe, right? But for now, they're going to be just starting with ranked battles for competitive stuff like that, and casual battles for people who just want to have a little bit of fun, private battles for you and your friends or family and people around you, right, to just have fun in battling, and then single and double battles, of course, right. Ranked battles, you'll be able to test your skills against Pokemon trainers from all over the world. Your rank will change depending on your battle results. This way, you're sure to experience intense battles against trainers of similar skill level. Playing ranked also lets you obtain victory points after your matches, depending on the outcome. So this is how you get victory points, right? Casual battles, you can play without worrying about wins or losses affecting rankings. Just enjoy testing your battle team's performance against other Pokemon trainers. It's a great way to experiment and perfect your strategies. Just have fun basically. And then private battles are probably with your family and stuff like that as well. Power up with victory points. They can be obtained from ranked battles and other places in Champions. You'll need VP to recruit and train Pokemon. It cannot be purchased directly, so keep battling and gaining VP to train even more. So I hope that they do release not a single player, but if they do this Pokemon Battle Revolution or Pokemon Coliseum or Stadium and Stadium 2, right? Where there's actual PvE content. You don't have to just PvP people. Obviously, a lot of other than Battle Revolution, it was just PvE for the most part, unless you had someone locally because there was no internet. They didn't have internet support, rather. But if they did something like those games where there was actually a single player aspect of combat where you could go like a battle tower type of thing, have fun there and get VP, that could be very fun for people who just want to experience those type of NPC fights and stuff like that, which you can go to Scarlet and Violet do fine. But again, customization in Champions is so nice, and be able to gain that those victory points as well just for that customization. But also, even if that doesn't exist, fight ranked mode, get victory points, and they say there will be other ways. So the game is going to be very fun for those who like competitive. I'll probably make some videos over the game as it releases, as it drops content and stuff like that. I might not stick around for long just because I'm not a big person on PvP. I get why people like it. I did it for a few years. It wasn't ever that good, but I did it, and I knew stuff. But just never was really my thing. After a while, I get way too competitive. It's bad for my health. That's why I don't really do it. But yeah, I mean, the game looks fun. The game looks interesting. I'm very excited to see more information on it, like all the ways to get victory points, how, like, what all Pokemon can be recruited. Can every Pokemon be recruited, or is it just a certain list, right? Or is it like a list that rotates, or is it something that you unlock gradually? Are there missions to unlock more Pokemon? Are there missions to get more victory points? Are there like other game modes other than just doing PvP? There's like a PvE type of thing as well, maybe? We'll have to see. We're just gonna have to see. Obviously, though, PvP and stuff like that is going to be the main focus for this, and you bring in probably your own team from Scarlet and Violet, customizing it with victory points and stuff like that, and then, going ham, right? That's about what you should probably be expecting for the most part from this game. Mobile and Switch. Mobile and Switch. Insane. But yeah, that's pretty much all for Pokemon Champions right now. Game's going to be releasing in 2026. We'll probably get some more information, I would imagine, either later this year, like late into the year, probably that like November, December range, or Pokemon Presents in February is about when we're probably going to be getting it. I know we'll 100% getting the release date for the game by February, but will it be like in February is when the game actually drops? Maybe, Pokemon Presents or Pokemon Champions drops after this presents or whatever, right? Like, that could be very hype for next year, but we're just going to have to see. It's going to be very interesting. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoy. Let's hope Champions is good. So yeah, peace.